Hello, today I would like to share with you my experiences with the first hybrid daughter that I had with the Shayla. And so yeah, this is a part of a series of videos that I wanted to make. I wanted to make videos for each of the children that I had experiences with or I connected with, and only those that I have with the Shayla. Of course, I have some other as well that I connected even before, but these were more special, experiences and bigger. And I already started talking about this, this series. I started with one video, and of course, I will be linking videos in up there. And when you click there should be icon with the E, and it should roll out the stuff that that I linked in. And if I don't forget, I will link them also in the description if you would like to watch them. And so in the first video I was talking about basically how I opened up to this topic and how I knew that I had hybrid children. And then I also made second video where I shared that I knew that I was going to have hybrid child in the future as well, by me, full term. But of course we already have them, but they are obviously took out of us sooner, so we cannot really have a full pregnancy right now, but yeah, in the future, it's even just logical. But I had a certain experience that made me feel like how to get into that reality. Basically, it was quite an important experience for me, and so I will link those videos and others that I will probably mention up there. And so yeah, this video about my first hybrid daughter with the Shayla, I had to prepare for this, and also it took me for quite a while to get to this because there is so much information, and I'm trying to not to forget stuff. And also reason why I picked this video for today is because I finished or did art 2 days ago or so, and it was art that I already made before, but I redone it again, and so it's this. I will show you. So it's me, Terezka. I forgot to tell you her name. Her name is Terezka. I can call her that way because it's in my language, and it's English, it's Teresa. And there are quite interesting experiences that I had with her. So I'm not sure where to start, but yeah, let's start with this, that I chronologically, but I discovered these things not in this chronological manner. I had certain experiences opening up and so on, and then later when you connect back into your past to certain experiences, then you understand them, why those were connected, and just connecting the dots, and it's basically I think the best or a really great part of opening up to these kind of things and having experiences and downloads, even slow one at a time and stuff like that. That's when you connect it, it's mind-blowing. And so yeah, with her, basically what I learned is that of course we had a connection with the Shayla for many years, from when I was about 14 was the kind of the first time when I linearly connected with her, also with romantic way. And even when I looked back into those times, I suddenly started to have weird feelings. I will try not to cry. But yeah, I went definitely into more suicidal mood later, because I was missing something very deeply. And that was the confusion. It's I was missing something, longing for something that I couldn't understand what it was. There wasn't anything missing literally, logically in my reality, but I was feeling it, and it was like a very difficult part of it. And so anyway, years went by, and at some point like we decided, obviously, with Shayla, to have children together, and kind of like, yeah, not kind of like, but blend our DNA so we can have children. And so yeah, that's how it started with with the Terezka, like how to create her, our first child. And it wasn't like that. It's okay. It wasn't difficult or anything. Like that's first try, first win. It worked. But what I learned, and this was also how I learned it. It's connected to some other experiences that helped me to understand it. And so basically, it was also that I had a certain issues before when we created her. During my period, and those issues were connected with my root chakra. When I was talking about it to my doctor, like I needed help, he was just looking at me like he never heard those kind of weird symptoms that I was experiencing. It wasn't just cramps, or PMS and stuff like that. It was something else. And so yeah, basically there was something happening energetically in my root chakra, adjusting and stuff like that was happening. It was causing me like strong painful cramps. I'm just trying to not share too much of details, personal details. I don't really have issues saying it, but I know that I probably shouldn't be descriptive on a public. So I will skip this information. But anyway, it suddenly at some point stopped. It not like I did something special like with my health or whatever. It just stopped at a certain point. Later I realized that it was because we were trying to kind of like adjust my energy in a certain way that it would work basically between us, that we it could be blendable in a certain way that she wanted. I guess it would be something probably more special than what techniques they were using for hybrid children in normal way, when they even blend like many different DNAs together, for example. And so that's why I had those experiences. And I remember it was in a year when we conceived our first daughter. And I remember, and I know exactly the day when we basically created her. And it was a very strong experience that I had. And it was like I remember it also exactly the date, because the date, we have names connected to each day of a year, and that day was a name, basically Catherine, and we have a proverb about Christmas and weather and stuff like that on that day. So that's why I connected it and remembered that it was exactly that day, and it was in 2009, so quite a long time ago. I think it's how much, 13 years ago, so it's quite a long time. And I'm not sure like when exactly these issues with my root chakra stopped, but I remember it wasn't really going that long, for a few months. And so this was basically in November. So, and I was at my gynecologist, at doctor, earlier that year. So, and later it stopped. So I think that those adjustments were successful, and then when they were successful and we created our daughter, those cramps stopped, or those during my period, those issues that I had. And so before I didn't connect it, so of course I don't remember exactly how it was, but this is like what I received later from Shayla, that that's why I was having those issues, because these adjustments were made so we can create children together. And so the experience that I had was basically a dream. I was having a dream that I was pregnant, and it was such a deep feeling of love, being in love, and I even felt like with who I had that child. But it was through symbolism that later on I realized that that's how, you know, like when you don't know certain things, you receive it in a symbolic way, how you are able to give it some meaning, your subconsciousness. So basically it was different person in like in that dream that I was feeling it. I had a child with person that was very deeply connected with me as well. But yeah, of course, when I woke up, it didn't make sense. And later, when you know, Shayla or my subconsciousness used that person as a symbol in other downloads as well. So, and later when I discovered, you know, that connection, I realized, you know, it was all about Shayla, you know, not anything about that person. And so in a dream, as I was saying, I was pregnant, and it was a very, very strong experience. Like when I woke up, I cannot properly feel or remember how I really felt, or, you know, remember the feeling, because that's why it was so real. And, you know, it's at some point it goes away, you know, of course, but, you know, you can feel, you know, certain feelings and experiences, usually from nightmares. When you wake up from a nightmare or something negative, that usually stays with you for some time. But usually for me, like even good experiences that I had, like it didn't stay with me for longer than, I don't know, few minutes or hours, but definitely not longer than a day. And this was like, I seriously was feeling such a deep, deep desire to get pregnant, to have a child for 3 days, like literally 3 days. I was going nuts from those feelings. And like, and also like because I was a student back then, that I couldn't afford to have a child at all. And also that was mentally not happening. I couldn't allow it. But the feelings were so strong that if I would be in a different situation, that I don't know, I would use someone and just steal his sperm or something. You know, to get it, you know, to have a child. And, you know, so that's how strong it was, you know. And this was only time when I was aware of creating child, a hybrid child with the shell. Other times, like I know that we had more of them, but I don't have any specific recollections of those experiences. But it could happen in other, you know, experiences that I had with her when we were kind of like, you know, for example, making love for 2 hours in a way, like cuddling together and just flowing with the energies and stuff like that. I am getting just ringing in my ear. And so yeah, I guess that's the answer, how we created them. But yeah, it's just difficult to connect, like which time we created and which time we didn't. So yeah, like then you know, when I started to connect with the Shayla in 2015, late into 2015 and into 2016, you know, when I was still kind of like just opening up to feelings for her and identifying is like my one-sided platonic love maybe. And, you know, because of these blockages, you know, gay blockages, you know, that's you know, I'm not allowed to love other women, or I'm not worthy to have women to love me, you know, and that kind of stuff. So I was this is why I was blocking those feelings, and she was already sharing with them from first moment when I connected with her. But I was just translating them. Okay, like that is like just some intense girlfriend love, you know, like good girlfriends that, you know, like are together, you know, like doing stuff together and so on, like best friends forever, you know. Then later I accepted it that okay, I feel platonic love towards her and stuff like that. And she was then giving me, as soon as she could, you know, these downloads about like having children together and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, but okay, not sure, you know. And but of course it's not like I didn't accept it. I just, you know, kept my mind open. As a true skeptic, it's about keeping your mind open for more confirmations, for disproving or proving that what you were thinking was correct. And then later I had sessions with her through Rob, and so yeah, I needed to discuss a lot of other stuff, you know, experiences that I was opening up to her. So it took until, you know, summer 2016 when I finally, and 5 sessions, it was 5th session that I had with her, and that was time when I finally got to connect with her or talk about Terezka with Shayla, and she also told me that we had 2 daughters, and part of that channeling, that session with Rob, is also what I am going to link to this video because I posted it already before. And so yeah, like before I had that session, it was a few days, I'm not sure like exactly how long, or maybe a week before that, I suddenly connected with her. I was meditating or something, and then suddenly there was her, her image and feelings and everything, and she shared with me like the feelings that later also Shayla confirmed in some shorter way, through Rob. And that's, like Terezka immediately was sharing with me how she was, proud, that she had like me and Shayla as her mothers, and like she was, very happy about it and stuff like that, and it was completely normal and okay with her. And she also explained that she was sharing it, of course, with me because we have this taboo around this topic. So that's why she felt that it could help me to accept more her and my connection with the Shayla as well, if she would tell me like how in love she is basically with me and Shayla and our relationship. And literally she is like a fan a fan of our relationship, that later she showed as well. And so yeah, after that, I drew her as well first time, and then I was having many different connections with her through imagination, for example. And she shared with me like for example, that she likes to play instruments, and something like a piano. And also I asked her like if she can also sing, and because Shayla can sing, and she shared with me like that she can, and she also writes poems and stuff like that she connects with the music, but like her most like excitement is into playing, and then she just fills it in with some poems or singing basically. So basically, if she wouldn't be playing, she wouldn't be singing in a way. So or having that strong desire to only sing. So and yeah, she shared some other stuff as well. Like when I once asked her like about like if she would be excited to live with me and Shayla on Earth someday, and she was immediately like of course, that she would love that. And she even immediately gave me this vision of like she would be in our house, let's say, that we would have, there would be like a corner with a window and shelf around it, with the books, and pillows and stuff like that. So and also like her energy is, as I experience her, is like very, of course, like joyful and excited, but in a way she's very calm. She's much calmer than our second daughter, and maybe that's also because she also shared more of my DNA. And also Shayla shared with me that that's why she has more of my DNA, is because of those kind of like first issues of like how to blend hers and my energy together, that they created more a child that has more of my DNA. And second daughter is more similar to Shayla, or more blend of two of us. And she is much more like a very kind of like ADHD, excited or explosive. So yeah, that was also interesting comparison. And yeah, like later she also like showed me through other ways like how she's deeply in love with our relationship as well. It's not like okay, my parents love each other and they have a relationship and nothing about it, but she literally is like really fan of my connection with her. And I know I once drew a comic of me, Shayla, and Terezka as a baby, like I was holding Terezka. This is like also a process of maybe triggering some more memories and stuff like that, and through imagination connecting to her energy as she was a baby. So I created this funny comic, like when I was holding her in my arms, and then I started to kiss Shayla, and then she would be like, then there would be like a view to the child, and she would be like, excited about like seeing her moms, kissing each other. And I think this first idea was from me, and later it was maybe like, I don't know, like if it was a long time later or just a few weeks or something like that. I remember that I was doing breathing, probably Wim Hof breathing, because it is like mostly what I do if I do breathing exercises. And so during that, I stopped too early because I was laughing because she gave me download, about another comic that I still didn't draw or didn't get to drawing, and it was like continuation of that first one, that she would be a little older, maybe, I don't know, let's say 6 or something like that. And and funny is like imagine that she is giving me this that it's not Shayla, but she, so the scene started. I get it like literally images of comics, that would be as like a scene of like in the dark, just silhouettes kind of like under blanket, like me and Shayla cuddling and smooching or something. And then a door would open and there would be like a light hitting the bed partially, and then then image like on that slightly open door, and there would be like eye of like one eye of a child there looking inside, and kind of like shocked, and then kind of like running away, and that gives you kind of like idea like it's taboo or something like that, and she shouldn't see that or something like that. But then punchline was next frame was like a picture of like from outside of the door, like she is on the other side, like leaning towards like a door and kind of like going like excited, like they are doing it again. yeah I guess like that was also maybe partially as well inspired, but still it was download, but connected with what Shayla once told me. I think she said it in that first channeling about them, that when she was talking about also second daughter, like they both are very knowledgeable, she said, about us and all the connections that we had. So I was like, you mean like when you visited me and we had the stuff in a bed doing together? so yes, so basically that's what she meant, like they know that we have a intimate relationship. So that is funny, just that they are excited about it as well. And later as well, I had a little bit more experiences with her, and also in general with the hybrid children, especially dreams, so many dreams, with the children. And with her at some point, it was 2019, yes, when she started to appear in my dreams as well, like it was as well triggered, like, first it was like I felt that it was her, but later it got confirmed when I was drawing another picture of her. Usually when I'm drawing pictures or even comics, funny comics, whatever, it triggers more experiences just next night in the dreams, and that comforted me that it was her. She was using such an actress, like a child actress, as a like a mask, in that realm with me. So that was interesting. And like what else? Next time or last time that I can share, connecting with her in ways that a session that I had, and also I posted it because it was so precious that it was last session that I also had with the rope. I think it was 2018, when I asked also to speak with her through him. And so I asked her certain tough questions, very philosophical ones, and it was very interesting. So if you want to hear that, like, go listen to that video. And so yeah, after that, I'm not sure really, like, because yeah, in many ways I later stopped that much of connecting with them, or I of course I thought about them and stuff like that, but I just needed to focus more on different or other stuff, that I needed to solve, that I was not in the best also life situation and stuff like that. And that always kind of like, not just with the hybrid children, but in general with the close connections that you have, it can hinder those experiences, because your energy needs to go somewhere else, and mostly so they don't really come that closer, and they give you time to figure stuff out. And then when you go through certain stages, then you can have again more experiences. It depends, so it depends on the pace that you can have and you need and stuff like that. And so yeah, that's for now for this topic. And like, if I maybe create more art also of other children, then I will connect it again with this kind of video and to share with you. And so yeah, that's then for now. And I will see you later with some other video about some topic. Yeah, there is a Wim Hof method. I still didn't do the second part. Yeah, I was thinking about it like whole January, that I was procrastinating. So I will see, I should do it. Maybe I will do it next year. That's me, second part. I will do second part, and so at some point I will make it. Or I have ideas of many different topics and series, because it's just so much information that I want to share that I definitely have to make it in a series. So yeah, I don't know like how long it will take. So, and I have also other artistic projects that I want to focus more as well. So yeah, let's see. I will do my best to share some stuff, or of course some channeling as well on YouTube. So, and of course, like, if you would like to support me, because if I do stuff that is for me, and of course for me is for others as well, if I share it, and it triggers some emotions and feelings or even experiences for other people, although it's not like art specifically for some other people, but if it helps people in a general way, like if you want to support me, so please definitely consider joining my Ko-fi membership. Basically this the way how you can support me to feel more secure, that I can move more of my energy into like creating this kind of stuff that's I want, not really like I want to talk about, want to share about, and so on, and not really doing commissions, for example, art commissions that's take like most of my energy and time when I do them, and I cannot really then also create for YouTube and stuff like that. So so if you would like to support more of the content for me, like to share with you, so please consider supporting me. It would really help me. And even right now also, it's not supporting like or covering even basic needs that I have. It definitely gives me more hope and more security that at least partially I can make space for creating this kind of stuff, also for personal, like for me, or gifting other people with stuff as well. So so yeah, I would be really grateful if you have some some available finances that you won't need throughout the months. Monthly I have like minimal donation is €2. I have also €5 and stuff like that, and I have tiers there that have different like a value of what you would be getting from me, so you can check it out. And of course, like if you would like to donate more without wanting special stuff, of course you can do that. So yeah, I would definitely appreciate it. And so yeah, see you next time then. Bye bye.